Hello everybody and welcome to Spyro the Dragon, I guess. No, I don't want to go into demo mode. I knew this was going to happen. Seriously, I think the start screen in the first original Spyros just did not give you any chance to think, really. I mean, it's sort of a case of, oh, you're waiting at the start screen for a split second. Let's show you the game! No, I don't want you to show me the game. I want to play the game. Right, so. Accessing memory cards, yada yada yada. So that's 28%. Oh, 28. Was that 28%? 28 dragons. No, it's 28 dragons. That's just a game that I've sort of been playing in my spare time. So we're just gonna start a new game. Now, this is my first, I will say this is my first ever Twitch stream. It's my second ever stream, full stop. I mean, the first stream I had, for those of you who watched. I want to skip this. Can I skip this? No, I can't. Lovely.
For a Dragon's Age. We now have 12,000 treasure.
Yeah, my first ever stream. I did it on YouTube, and it was just terrible.
What about this Ganasty? Now I understand he's found a
so trying again on Twitch. Luckily, I don't know if this is right, but there doesn't seem. Oh, yeah, I can skip it. I can skip the cutscene. Yay, that's good. That's always good. There doesn't seem to be as much like a delay between what I'm doing and the game itself. So if there's any problems, make sure to tell me, which there already seems to be. So I'm just going to pause it and see if I can fix it, which hopefully I can. No, it's 28 dragons. Right, how are we doing now? That sounds better. Alright. So if there's any feedback. Okay, so here we are in, oh, I've got to get used to these controls again. We are in the Artisans, I believe. This is the first home world. Oh yeah, I forgot you can roll. Oh, look at the roll. I've actually kind of wanted to do something with this game for a while, because ever since I did my Spyro 2 LP, it was like the second LP I did. It was ages ago, like over a year ago. Well, it seems like ages ago. I've wanted to get back into this franchise, the Spyro franchise, especially on YouTube, as it were. But I mean, ever since I did the Spyro 2, there's always been a chance of me being. I don't want to listen to this.
Keep your horns on.
There's always been a chance of me doing Spyro 3, because I love Spyro 3. I absolutely adore Spyro 2 because it was the first game I ever played. Yada yada yada. Oh yeah, you can't hover in this game. I forgot that. But there was never really a chance of me doing Spyro 1 because I just don't know it as well. I played Spyro 2 first. I then played Spyro 3 and then went back and played Spyro 1. And yeah, I've never completed it. I've completed like 100%. I've 100% in Spyro 2, God knows how many times, and I've 100% in Spyro 3. Ugh.
Thank you for releasing me, Spyro.
I've 100% in Spyro 3 at least once. I want to skip this. How do you skip this?
What about nasty Newark? I'm going
You can't skip this. This cutscene is unskippable. Lovely.
That's all I can tell you.
But yeah, so I just don't know this game as well as the other two. So I never really thought about doing anything with it. But I mean, I suppose I can do the stream. I mean, in this case, I'm just going to sort of mess around in the first sort of few levels. I'm not going to try and beat the game or anything like that. nothing like that. I might try and beat the game in a couple of streams. That might be interesting, but for now, we're just kind of gonna dick about on the first few levels, and I suppose I might talk about other things apart from Spyro. I mean, I might talk about E3 actually. I mean, obviously E3 was this week. I mean, I don't need to tell you that E3 was this week. That's a stupid thing. Ugh. And obviously E3 was a very exciting and hilarious time. One word, Xbox One. It's just hilarious. I guess I haven't really got sort of a main purpose with this. This is just sort of me, just try this whole streaming thing out. I've been wanting to get into streams ever since sort of, well, for ages really. I've never really gotten into it. I mean, back on my old computer, I messed around with XSplit quite a bit to kind of get ready for an opportunity to do some live streams. But I've just never really had the chance to do it. And I suppose, well, might as well try it now. I wish I'd kind of done a test like this before my first one on Ratchet & Clank 2 on YouTube, because that was just terrible. Oh, I know there's a bit of a delay between the comments, so I'm not gonna I'm gonna try not to read the comments too much. But I've just spotted the whole thing about Microsoft's PR reaction to what if you don't have the internet, because obviously there's the Xbox One thing about you have to connect to the internet once a day, which is just bullshit, to be honest. It's like one of the worst ideas I've ever heard of. I mean, some of the side effects, the bonuses of it are kind of cool, because I mean, the whole reason they were doing it is so you can authenticate your games for other reasons. For instance, being able to share your games online, like share your games library with people over the internet, which is a cool idea. But then that should be an option. It should be an optional thing. I mean, not everyone's going to want to... I missed that dragon. Oh, that was stupid. Not everyone's going to want to share their games with their friends, maybe because they don't have friends. I don't know. And there are going to be some people... And there was that whole thing about, you know, Microsoft essentially cutting off their clientele in the military because, you know, like people in the Navy on ships, and then people who are on, I'm going to say deported. Deported's not the right word. Deployed. That's the right word. People have been soldiers who have been deployed overseas have got no access to the internet and stuff like that. So they can't have an Xbox. And the fact that, Xbox just kind of, Microsoft just kind of turned around and said, yeah, if you don't have the internet connection, you should just stick with our old console. That's just a massive bitch slap, really. So, I mean, what's just... I honest to God think that Microsoft are so stuck up their own arse, or they're sort of smoking something, or they're on something, which makes them think that, you know, any changes they make to the game industry... Okay, I can skip that. Any changes they make sort of will be the changes accepted by the gaming industry, which is why I think Sony had such a glorious moment. I mean, I'm not a fanboy. I've got both a PS3 and an Xbox, and I love both of them. But I'm not a fan of Microsoft at the moment. And just the fact that Sony essentially, in detail, announced that they're not changing a thing to their attitude towards games. They announced that there's no change, and they got riotous applause. That's just crazy. And just what do they, from a business point of view, what the hell were Microsoft thinking? But I could rant about this for absolutely ages, but yeah.
When you free a dragon or step on one of their platforms,
Okay, let's
you're
get
saving
rid of
your
that.
progress. That could be
Just having a quick look at the comments again. I guess I can sort of reference the comments, even if there is going to be a delay. So, but whatever, you guys know that it's not a big deal. Watch Dogs. Watch Dogs looks absolutely epic. I mean, as a gaming present, as a not a presence. What's the word I'm looking for? I hate this when this happens. Oh, I missed the dragon again. God damn it, Spyro. Stop getting attacked by whirlwinds. That just makes no sense. Precedence. That's the word I was looking for. As a gaming precedence, I've been able to sort of, it's like a free roam thing, which isn't new. It looks, without the sort of the added game mechanic of the hacking everything, it just looks like another, it does just look a bit like another, like a well-polished Grand Theft Auto clone. But then you've got this whole other level of being to hack into pretty much anything in your environment. It's just a really cool precedence. And they're really onto something, and I'm really looking forward to that. But, I mean, it's early days yet, so... it's not being released until, what, November, I think? I don't know. I don't really know. I don't know the specifics. I can hear a dragon shaking. Oh, it's right there. Nice. Nice, Hal. Real nice. Great peripheral vision. How about no? Oh, don't fall down the hole. That's what she said? No, that makes no sense. Right, there we go. Now, let's see if I can glide in a really ridiculous and useless direction. Yes, I can, apparently. Oh. Alright, where are we going? Is it that way? It must be that way to get on top of the hills, because I know I've missed a couple of gems somewhere. I always like starting off with this level, because it's just a nice... Oh, balls! Oh, ambitious, but rubbish. Also, the slogan of Top Gear. Now, go into the building, Spyro. Don't try to mount it. Oh, for God's sake, I forgot hover. You can't hover in this game. I'm so used to being able to hover. Let's try and actually get the simplest of glides in the entire game, entire series, and actually pull it off. One thing I will say about E3 is that I'm quite sad about is that I missed quite a lot of Nintendo stuff. In fact, I kind of, I'm ashamed to admit, I kind of got confused by the whole, what they were doing. I'm used to them having a press conference, and I know they weren't having a press conference, they were doing something else, but I didn't understand it, and therefore I missed it. And I think I also had work, when, whatever they were doing was supposed to be on, so I don't know, but I know the basics. New Mario Kart, which is always good. Mario Kart is fun. I don't know what's different about this one. I'm sure I'll find out at some point. There's some sort of new Mario 3D platformer. That's kind of cool. I'm not really a big fan of Mario 3D. Just because I've never really gotten into them. The only Nintendo home console I've owned is a GameCube, and for some reason I never got around to picking up Super Mario Sunshine, which is a game I've always wanted to play. I played it a bit when I was in America at Josh's. He obviously has a Wii and a GameCube and stuff like that, and he had a copy lying around, so I played it for a bit, and it's fun. It's really, really fun. But I just never really got around to picking it up. Probably when I get my GameCube back up into Lincoln, I'll probably end up picking up at some point. But I don't know. And then again, there's Galaxy. Galaxy, I've got a really bad love-hate relationship with Galaxy. Simply because I love the game, it looks fantastic, but I hate motion controls. I've never gotten on with motion controls, and you know, I think it's, I can't really remember if I'm honest, but I think his main attack is by spinning the flicking the Wii remote, which I just couldn't get on with. I just could not get on with it. Because, I mean, I remember sitting there and I had to prop my arm up with a cushion so I could flick it. Because I sort of, when I sit down and play a game, I can play it for absolutely hours on end. And I just think I'd get carpal tunnel syndrome or something from, like, sort of like that. And it just got painful after a while. Maybe it's because I'm just not used to it, and I haven't had I haven't got a Wii, so obviously I'm not used to the the Wii and how it does things. If that sounds retarded, but you know what I mean. Yeah, that's right, you turd out a gem. But I guess I just never really got on with it. So, I don't know. And so, you know, the fact that a new Mario 3D platformer has come out, I could be excited, but at the same time, I'm not. One thing I am, however, I cannot bear to wait any longer, and it's going to make me buy a Wii U sooner or later, I know it. Wind Waker, oh shit, no, run away! Oh, okay, he didn't actually attack me, he just kind of bounced me. He's like a bouncy castle, but walking with a shield. So what, I'm supposed to eat your face? You want me to eat you? No? Okay. Yeah, the one game that at the moment is making me think, yes, I'm going to get a Wii U. There's no shadow of doubt. At some point, I'm going to own a Wii U. Is Wind Waker HD. It looks. I've seen a couple of comparisons. Wind Waker was like the game on the GameCube that I played the most, and I think it wasn't the reason why I bought a GameCube, but I'm sure it's one of the reasons why I kept it. And one of the reasons why I loved it so much, and I haven't played it in about 5 years. I'd never got around to playing it again, and then sod's law, as soon as I got moved up to Lincoln and didn't take my GameCube with me, I've wanted to play it. So now that they've made a remake of it, or in HD, which it looks absolutely stunning, it looks absolutely fantastic, then it really is going to be just a matter of time before I have to pick it up. But apart from that, there's not really that much appeal to me in the Wii U. I have one thing I've been following religiously is Pokemon X and Y, which is annoying because I kept on telling myself that I was going to boycott knowledge so that when I played through it, it's going to be a surprise. But I just can't stay away. I just cannot stay away. It looks awesome. A bit weird, but you know, Nintendo is a bit weird if I can say that without being garroted. And it looks a bit too French for my liking. But then again, beggars can't be choosers. It's a 3D Pokemon platformer. What the hell? What more could you want? And the new Pokemon the new Pokemon I actually quite like so far. I'm not too hot on this whole new type, not because it's a new type and you know it's like what most people say, oh no, you can't introduce a new type in the 6th generation for God's sake. It's just the fact that it's fairy, and the fact that I don't think it's been confirmed, but the fact that fairy is super effective against dragon, I think that makes sense in things like lore, but really, so, and they're making Pokemon like it's gonna be it's obvious that Pokemon like Clefairy and Clefable and Jigglypuff and stuff like that are going to be made into fairies, and the fact that can own a dragon, you know, you're going to get, oh hello, didn't see you there, the fact that you're going to get sort of a Rayquaza that has his arse handed to him by a Chansey. What the hell's up with that? It seems a bit off to me. But apart from that, I don't want to pick flaws because, oh my god, does it look amazing. And the fact that you can ride a goat called Go-Goat. I'm not going to dwell on that. I'm just not going to dwell on that. But, yeah, exactly. I don't know what your name is. Someone's just suggested it could have been Light. Light type. Light type I would have totally dug, because we had Dark type introduced in Generation 2, obviously. Oh, okay. I've got all the gems. Have I got all the dragons? I don't really care, to be honest. Yeah, so you had Dark type. It would have been... I know Dark type's supposed to be like the opposite of Psychic, but then you've got Ghost. Ghost could be the opposite of Psychic, which to me it kind of is anyway. And then you got Light being the opposite of Dark. It would have been so much cooler. Oh, is there someone saying about sort of like a fairy Eevee? There already is. That's what Sylveon is. That one, the ribbony one that got announced ages ago, but it was no one could. They were like, guess the type. Ah, we'll reveal it to you at a completely undetermined time, even though E3 is coming up. Yeah, I saw it was Sylvian. Yeah, you're right. Okay, yeah, Rayquaza was a bad example, but I mean, like, Salamence. If, say, like, you know, you had a really powerful Salamence and then a really powerful Clefairy, it's just, aesthetically, at least, like, by appearances, it just wouldn't add up. Oh, it's a big, round, pink thing. Oh, it just slayed a dragon. If that did happen, though, I would definitely take on, like, the Dragon Elite Four, because there's always a Dragon Elite Four. I'd get, like, a Fairy-type Pokemon and call him George. Cause George and the Dragon, yeah. Whee! Okay, Town Square. I've noticed now half the stuff I've been I don't think I've talked about Spyro at all since I did at the beginning, but E3 kind of took over. Shall we carry on talking about E3, or shall I talk about something else? What do you guys think? I just realised there's a delay, so I could ask you a question, and it's gonna be like that for a while, isn't it? Oh, this is awkward. I don't care about nails. I'll just talk about Pokemon. Why not? Just realised it's my stream. I can talk whatever the fuck I like. That just sounds ignorant. No, I'm not like that. Not at all. But yeah, no, Pokemon X and Y looks fantastic. I've never sort of been so excited for a Pokemon game, because my first Pokemon game, as I've said time and time again, was Sapphire. And I know it's a bit late. Like, I know some of my friends sort of that I know started like from the beginning with Red. And some people who are younger than me, I know, started with, like, Red and Blue. But I don't know, I never had a Game Boy. The first game console I owned was a PS1, and I can't remember when I got it. It wasn't an original PlayStation, it was, like, the Slimline PlayStations. Slimline original one, the PS1. So, I got quite into gaming quite late. Hence, and then it was ages before I got into Pokemon. Quite you. And then so I know it's biased because it was the first generation I ever got, but Generation 3 will always be my favourite. Generation 2 a close second, because the second game I played, probably yours, because the second game I played was Gold. So first is obviously Sapphire, and my second favourite is Gold. So oh, can I make it? Yes, I can. So I guess that's how that works. And then I guess I boycotted myself. I managed to boycott myself from learning anything whatsoever about Generation 4, Diamond and Pearl, when that came out. And it's a good game. It's really it's good. It's visually, it was the first sort of. I don't want to use. I'll use the term 3D really lightly, because it was just the renders that were in 3D. It was still a 2D scroller kind of thing. Not scroller, but you know what I mean. And it was really good, but it was just a bit meh. I mean, right down to the music. It was just a bit, in my opinion, it was just a bit meh. So, but this one looks genuinely awesome. I haven't heard any of the music yet, because music in a Pokemon game is really important to me. Simply because, I mean, because I started with Gen 3, and the music in Sapphire, Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, with that, also known as Trumpet Emulator, Trumpet Emulator 2003. It was just really good for me, and then, well, really good for me. It really was my favorite, and then. Sort of the music's has not been quite as good since then. I mean, the melodies, the tunes of Generation 1 and 2 have always been really good. And the melodies have always been good, like the tunes of them. But I don't know, they just, the actual sounds of oh, I've got all the gems. Yay! Now I've just got to catch that that thief if I can. Like the sound base. Oh, I can't remember what the word of it is. I know what it's called. It's something like sound palette or something like that. Some kind of douchey name like that. Where is he? I've lost him. Yeah, they just didn't really do it for me. I mean, one example, in Generation 4, they always seem to have an accordion. Bit weird. I mean, why would they have an accordion? It just makes no sense. But yeah, no. Oh, he's there. What's he doing? Is he there? Yeah, he is. Right, let's do this glide for like the umpteenth time. But yeah, come here, you douche nugget. Yep. There we go. But yeah, as Mr. Salamence92 said, well said, wise words. I love all of the generations, all of them. I've got all love for all of them. There hasn't been a Pokemon game that I've hated. There just hasn't been one. I'd say the close. Oh, how do I get up? Oh, I need to go round. I think the closest I got was at the very beginning of playing it. I couldn't stand black and white, simply because it just felt a bit un-Pokemon-y. Especially because of like the decision that they made to you know, not include any old Pokemon from older generations, at least to start with. Well, until you beat the Elite Four. But then it very, very quickly grew on me. It sort of very, very quickly. Any sort of a negative opinion I had for it kind of disappeared quite quickly. Quite alright. Seems a bit weedy, that one.
Thank you for releasing me.
Yeah, very quickly, sort of, as soon as the story kicked in, the story of Black and White is a good story, and the continuation of it, I'm very close. At the moment, I'm playing through Black 2. I know I'm a bit late to the party, but I guess I didn't pick it up until very sort of, I think earlier this year. And I haven't had a lot of chance to with things like exams and things like, well, not exams, assessments and stuff like that at the end of uni. I haven't had a really chance to kind of really hammer through it. So I'm only just, I'm up to the, I'm just about to go into Victory Road. But, so I've completed the story pretty much, I think. I mean, I've defeated Reshiram, that kind of thing. Not Reshiram, no, that's the black one. No, the white one. The white legendary. I can't remember what it's called. It's got a weird name, and I just can't remember what it's called. Bugger it. Yes. Let's go to the Peacekeepers. Go to Peacekeepers. Yeah, I can't remember the name. It's cool. It's got a really weird name, but then again, all legendaries have got really weird names now. I mean, have you... the names of the X and Y legendaries is just what? You look at it, and what? That one starts with a Y and then has a G? What? So I'm not even going to try and pronounce them. I'm not even going to try and remember what the Gen 5 one in Black 2 and Black 3 is. I know it's like the third dragon. Yeah, that one.
Well,
crap. I'm normally really, really fucking good with remembering Pokemon names. It's just Gen 5. And I suppose even though, you know, my sort of negative preconceptions of, like, sort of my prejudice towards it has elapsed, it still does feel a little bit disconnected from the rest of the series. Because they went, like, quite with a different sort of... I've gone that too far. Like a different approach, as it were, for want of a better term. Like a different... fuck you. Like a different sort of motif with it. It was a bit darker than the other games, even though it still had that sort of that kiddie charm to it that everyone kind of slags off who isn't a Pokemon fan. They can just, you know, they haven't lived, they haven't had a childhood. But yeah, I just can't remember the Pokemon's names that well. it was empty. That's interesting. But I love how far technology has come from this game. I mean, these guys literally... I've heard of flat arses, but those soldiers, Jesus. Kyurem? Kyurem. Yes, Kyurem. That's what it was called. And there we go. Gazernius and Yvitil. Yvitil? I know they released the official pronunciations of them, but fuck if I can remember. Right, so, Dry Canyon. Let's go explore this thingy. This level. I've lost my train of thought. I was talking about Pokemon, but I think I've been talking about Pokemon for far too long now. I really could genuinely talk about Pokemon for hours. It's crazy. Which is why I miss doing Sapphire so much. I can't wait to get back into that. Whoa! Okay. I'm trying to think of something to talk about now that isn't Pokemon. I'm struggling. I'm really genuinely struggling. Oh dear. Okay, alright. What's so special about the way I say Pokemon? Is it because like I don't say like I don't say it like a hard A, and I definitely don't say it like a hard E. Like Pokemon. Like Bill Cosby apparently said it on The Simpsons. Was it The Simpsons or was it Family Guy? I think it was The Simpsons. Time Splitters. Actually, I'd say that was silly. That was just very, very silly. Now I need a chicken. No, a goat. I need a goat. I love it when you just say random things and then out of context they sound wrong. I'm just gonna sort of, if I said it at work trying to sell someone shoes and just go randomly shout, I need a goat, I'd get very strange looks. But Time Splitters, I would say I've never played Time Splitters because probably I never have. I remember my friend was obsessed with it back in like secondary school, like the early years of high school. And I used to go over his and play it, but I never owned it. I remember I picked up a copy with the recently with the intent of playing it on my 360, and it's one of the very few games that doesn't work on the Xbox 360, which is a major buzzkill. But I've never really played it. It looked fun. Oh, it was fun. I remember seeing this one of, I don't think it's a mod. I think it's a cheat you can get when you've like unlocked skill points or something. Again, I don't really know the game mechanics of it because I've never owned it. But where like the gun sound effects are like made by somebody, if that makes sense. You know, someone is like, I don't, it's really, really hard to explain. Christ, like someone is actively with their mouth making sort of pew 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 kind of noises, and we were playing like a death match of it in it, like just a normal sort of kind of Slayer kind of match, and it was just we were in hysterics. It might have been because we were probably about 12 at the time, so everything is funny when you're 12, obviously, but it was just hilarious. Just and all the different guns making all different hilarious noises. We were just too easily entertained, I think. It was just before, you know, the time in your life when you start having sex, so everything is video games and hilarity. But yeah. Oh, is there a soundboard for that? Is there an actual soundboard for those sound effects? If there is, you have to like set. Well, I don't know how you're gonna send it to me, but like just put it in the chat. I'll look it up later. But that's that was gonna bring so many, like, it would bring back so many memories. It'd probably give a single tear of nostalgia would roll down my cheek, and it would be just a genuinely magic moment. Now, where the hell am I going? I'm looking for like a cave that goes to a separate bit. Is it up here? I can't remember Spyro that well at all, to be honest. I mean, I remember 2 and 3 like the back of my hand, but I don't remember the first one that well at all. Simply because, you know, I haven't played it that much.
Sky Canyon rewards good gliders. You are a good glider, eh, Spyro?
Well, it's good to know that my chat is chill. It's good to know that you guys have sort of all chilled out and being very, very sociable. So, well done, guys. Well done. Hats off to you. Except I'm not wearing a hat. I am wearing my headphones, however, and that would be very awkward to sort of take off, even in a a passionate gesture, just because I wouldn't be able to hear the game. But so proverbially, hats off to you guys. So I suppose why don't we talk about E3 for a bit more? I know it's going to be a bit of a delay, but I'll tell you what. I'll ask you the question, and then I'll answer it myself, and then see what you guys think. So, if out of the consoles are out, including the Wii U and obviously the PS4 and the Xbox One when they come out, that's where I want to go, up there. Yeah, if you had to buy one, you had the money. It wasn't a matter of money, even though obviously, if you were given 500 quid, let's say, if you were given 500 quid. Would you buy, 500 quid, $500, whatever. Would you buy an Xbox One or a PS4 or a Wii U, regardless of whether you already have one? Because obviously, how do I get up there? Oh, that way. Obviously, the Wii U has been out for a while. So yeah, which one would you buy and why? And we'll have a bit of a Q&A, that kind of thing. Honestly, I'd say PS4. Hands down, because I mean, when I went to E3, I watched the PS4 release. I say with inverted commas, because they showed off the controller, and they showed off. I can't remember if they actually showed off any games. It was bloody ages ago, and I was skeptical because they didn't really show anything. And then so I sort of went into the Xbox reveal, all actually quite genuinely looking forward to seeing it. I'd heard a lot of rumors, but I just ignored them because they were rumors. Turns out I shouldn't have ignored them because they weren't rumors, they were true. And I was very let down by Microsoft when I watched the Xbox reveal. But at the same time, I had a little bit of what's the word? Faith in them, for want of a better term, because the 360 is a fantastic console. And they were all talking about TV, sports. They showed off Call of Duty, which did look fantastic. I'm not a big Call of Duty fan, but I will admit that technically it did look very good, even though the whole light, there was some issue about the light in the forest being created by, it would have had to be created by 3 or 4 different suns because light doesn't travel in more than one direction, or something like that. I can't remember. I've lost my train of thought now. Yeah, so, but they showed off one game, and I thought, well, they're either going to they haven't announced the price, and they haven't showed off any games, which means E3 could go either one way. Either way. It could either be really, really crap, which obviously it was, or it could have gone really well. They could have shown off an absolute plethora of amazing games. Would have been cheaper than you'd expect, and there would have been none of this TV crap. Now, am I going to make this? Yes, I am. Unfortunately, they showed off a handful of decent-looking games. There was only one that really took my fancy. That was Titanfall, and it's not even an Xbox One exclusive, so there's no real loss there. And it's extortionately priced, and there's all this slander about DRM and the online check-in and shit like that, which is just bollocks. And the PS4, essentially, as I said earlier, shat all over Microsoft for actively. I don't know how you can actively not change something, but fuck it, they did it. And their games look really good. The only game which I was really looking forward to in E3 that isn't coming out on PS4 was Titanfall, and it's coming out on 360. I have a 360, so I'm not at a loss. And it's like $100 cheaper. Hands down, going for the PS4. What would you guys think?
You're the young dragon I've been hearing so much
Yeah, so generally I've seen I guess most of you are sort of the same view as me. I think Microsoft have shot themselves in the foot. Are creepy as fuck. Yeah, creepy as fuck with the whole like the Kinect feature always being on. What the fuck's all that about? I mean, I know it's they say that like you're not being monitored or anything, but with all this NSA thing, I've been keeping up with American world news and that kind of thing loosely, and I vaguely understand what's going on with this NSA thing, and that whole circulating about, and then them saying that Kinect is always active and you always have to be connected to the internet. That just sounds really, really fucking fishy. Oh, and they can watch you wank. Yes, that's just weird. That's just really, really weird. You getting too emotional about it. This is no joke. This is a serious. I'm losing it now. Apparently, no. This is a serious matter. What the fuck's going on with Microsoft? It's just not on. Before E3 though, I will say I was very close because again, PS4's conference could have gone one of two ways as well. They could have sort of, everyone thought that they were going to, everything that Microsoft did, from what I could gather, the general consensus on the internet was sort of everything that Microsoft was saying was actually going to come out of Sony's mouth, when in fact it was the exact opposite. And so before I even assumed that they were going to follow suit with Microsoft, and it was just that was going to be the new norm, and I was going to conform to the Wii U. There's not, as I said earlier, the only real attraction I have to the Wii U is Wind Waker HD, and there's also all the Wii games that I haven't played because I've never owned a Wii. Can you die, please, Mr. Sombrero Man, and you? So there's a massive back catalogue of games that really attract me, and I will at some point probably pick up a Wii U. I'm more likely to do that. If not, I'm going to get a cheap Wii, because it's about bloody time. The console's run out of... the console's about to... what's the word I'm looking for? Its life cycle's about to end. I mean, it'll probably be around for a couple more years, but it's got a newer version out, so... Oh shush, Spyro. You sound like you've got a tampon stuck up your each nostril. So yeah, no, the Wii's not going to be around for probably not going to be around for much longer. So I'll probably end up picking one of those up soon. But my point being, I had a point. I can't remember what my point was. But I think even though I don't exactly shit money, sooner or later my console of choice would be is at the moment the PS4, simply because from like even now it just seems, in my opinion, it's a lot more, I wouldn't say superior, because you know technically Xbox probably has the edge a little bit, but it just seems more, for want of for a real need of a better term, seems more attractive. Not that I have any sort of attraction to a console. It seems more appealing. That's a much better word, because that does not insinuate that I'm going to buy a PlayStation and then proceed to fuck it. But yeah, it seems like a proper games console, and the Wii U is as well. But to be honest, I've always seen sort of console gaming. Oh, balls. I always see sort of the console gaming as seeing a matter of two halves. You've got Nintendo gamers. Oh, how did I screw that up again? That's not good. But yeah, you've got like Nintendo gamers, and then you've got the other gamers. I mean, there's some people who are both, and some people are strongly one, some people are strongly the others. I mean, Microsoft and Sony have always called them core gamers, but that's a ridiculous name. So, but it's just, I mean, I'd say I'm more of a quote-unquote core gamer, because I love my GameCube, but I prefer sort of... And even though I like 3D platformers, I just prefer the feel of games. I don't really like the feel of Nintendo games, especially recently. Older ones I prefer a lot more, but I mean, the first console I got was a PS1. And, you know, I play old PlayStation games, but I don't really play old GameCube games. Obviously, handheld is a completely different story. It's the exact opposite. I have a 3DS, and I don't even consider getting PlayStation Portable, like either the Vita or the actual PSP itself. But yeah, I don't know. But it just seems now that Microsoft are trying to just break off a new clientele, a very specific clientele that seem to are very loosely interested in games, but want to spend $500,000 on a games console. It doesn't quite add up to me, but hell, they can do whatever the hell they want. It's their company, and if they want to sort of alienate people who just don't happen to have the internet or a reliable internet provider or something like that, then each to their own. I say fuck them, but each to their own. Pretty small penis. Yes, let's go with that. Right, what am I doing now? Ah, yes. I'm going up here. To get one thing about this level always fucked me up. Could never find the last few gems. It's behind the building, guys. Look at these sneaky fuckers. Many an hour would be wasted looking for these gems, and well, once you learn, you can't unlearn things. Except if you forget them, but then it will just make relearning them much more easier. I don't know what I'm talking about now. I'm missing one gem. Actually, no, I think I'm missing quite a few because there's a 2 and a 5 up there. I'm content? That's not the right word. What word am I thinking of? Committed? Determined. That doesn't even begin with a C. Sometimes I really hate how my brain works. Don't roll off the... Fuck. At least I didn't land in the U's. That would have been really quite bad. Right, where am I going? That way. Let's just mop up these gems. And actually, because I'm back to the thought that I was actually going to say before my brain decided to sabotage my thought process. I'm determined to 100% this level at least because of how long it usually takes me, and now that I know about that little stash behind can I actually get up there? That's a question. Oh, I know how to get up there. Need to go this way. Let's get this life because there's no reason not to, and there's a big reason to get it. Right, I have to remember. Actually, let's get those now so there's no confusion. Boop. Oh, mind the cactus. Look, these cactuses are magic. I mean, if you flame them, they shake it off. Ah! That's always good, isn't it? Right. Can I must be able to, because I can glide to the other side. Yes, there we go. Right. Light the firework. And let's go and get those gems. Hopefully they should be the last few gems. If they're not, then I have to look for them. Which I hope I don't have to. Collect all of the gems, Spark. Please. Wait for it to stop ticking. Balls! Why is there 10 missing? Is it down here? Is it down here? Nope. It's probably on the other side. I don't really want to dwell too long in here because it's not that kind of stream. I'm not taking this too seriously. I mean, I don't think I've 100%ed every level so far, but I'll do one quick sweep on the other side of this canyon, and if I can't find it, I can't find it, and then we'll move on. But I think I saw something blue. It was a figment of my imagination. Fan-dabby-dozy. No, doesn't look like it's up here. Which is never good. Can I see it from up here? Nope. Well, looks like I'm not completing this level. Ah, well. Again, as I said, it's not that kind of stream. I'm not taking this too seriously. I'm just kind of dicking about on Spyro. Oh, hello, Duncan. Didn't realise you were here. It's probably because that your name is fucking bright green. Jesus Christ. Why? It hurts to look at, Duncan. Yeah. Duncan, man. Oh, don't you punch me, you bitch tit. Yeah, seriously. Are you trying to give someone an epileptic fit? Wait, no, because for it to be epileptic, it'd have to be... To induce a fit, it would have to sort of be flashing. But close enough. Oh, hello, Magnus. Goodbye, Magnus. Right, let's go to the ice caverns. This is a bit more of a tricky level, so I might not commentate as much, but hopefully... Oh, it was you! Oh, it was you! Oh, no shit. Well, I would have known it was you if you hadn't got bright neon green fucking writing as your name. Ah. Well, yes. Well, it's all good and well you saying yes, because I can see your name now, can't I? Anyway, good to see you, buddy. Right, so, into... Oh, ladies and gentlemen, that Duncan is the Duncan from Little Big Planet, in case you hadn't put 2 and 2 together. Little Big Planet 2. Which, in case you missed it, one went up late last night. Really late, because I genuinely forgot to upload it. That's never happened to me before, really. I was off to go and see a live stand-up comedy gig. I meant to start the upload between work, getting back from work and going to it, and I forgot. So, yeah, that is their life. So, go and watch that at your leisure. So, welcome to... I've forgotten the name of the level already. I think it's Ice Cavern or something. I like this level. It's a nice level. It's a pretty nice level. My friend lives here. And by friend, I mean Dick, who likes to throw snowballs at me. Yeah, we have a love-hate relationship. He loves me, and I hate him with a burning passion. I mean, literally hate him. But, I don't know, c'est la vie. Never used that sentence in my life ever before. So, that was a bit weird. Whoa. I think, in a minute, I'm going to take a break, guys. I'm going to go grab some coffee, because I'm starting to feel tired. I'm not used to this streaming thing. I'm used to, like, recording for half an hour at the very most. And then, you know, being able to have a break. So, yeah, I think in a minute, this is going to take a little while to complete this level. So I think I'm just going to free this dragon, and I'm going to take a break. I'll be back in about 10 minutes, I think. I'm just going to go for a quick fag and get some, a quick cigarette for you Americans. I know you find it hilarious when I use the word fag. Sorry, I'm just reading Duncan. Duncan, by the way, Duncan, you need to call me at some point. I wanna throw words at you about E3. Anyway, yeah, so I'll be back in about 10 minutes, guys. I'll be back in about 5 minutes. I'm just literally gonna make coffee, have a fag, and I'll be back. So, back in MO, as it were. It's never that.